Hi Chloe, welcome to GLAM.
Thanks very much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. I wanted to ask you a few questions and I'm hoping you'll share your wisdom with us.
Wisdom. Not sure about that, but I can share my thoughts.
I believe it. So in light of our conference theme, Who I Am, how would you describe yourself?
I had a deeper prayer session a few years ago in which I was encouraged to ask God to give me a name that is for me. And other people who had done this came up with really fancy names, and I was like, oh, they're so beautiful, all these names. But actually, the name that I believe God gave me was Beautiful Daughter. And that is something that I've not believed about myself in the past for a long, long time. And still now, on a bad day, I still need to struggle to remember that's who I am. But that's really the message that God wanted me to know, because if I can believe that I am his daughter, then I'm ready to live for him.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So how would you keep hold of who you are, despite the labels placed on society by us at times?
I think that's why being given the name Beautiful Daughter is quite a challenge, because if you think about society and the messages that media portray, there are so many messages out there telling us, especially women, I think, look thinner and you'll look better. Are you beach body ready? How do you be beach body ready? I'm kind of thinking you put on a swimsuit and you're ready.
Yeah.
But, why do I have to? What's perfect anyway, and why do I have to be it?
Yeah.
All these new makeup things to make us look younger, and hair to be perfect. This is never going to be perfect. Why am I trying?
Yeah.
And just to be able to say to all of that, you know what? No, that's not who God made me to be. I'm going to be a beautiful daughter, how God made me, not because of the products I can buy or the diets I can go on or the exercise I can do. Exactly. I'm a beautiful daughter anyway, and God loves me for who I am.
Amen to that. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So I have some questions about your album. I'm so excited to hear about it. So I Am Brave is just such a fantastic title for it. So how did that come about?
How did that come about? That's such a great question. That was in a co-write, actually. I think it's quite an empowering phrase, but one that I wasn't quite confident enough to say over myself. And then the person I was writing the song with came to the session and said, I've been looking at you grow over the last year, and I think that you need to write a song called I Am Brave. So we did. But it's such a privilege now that I've been confident enough to kind of step out and say, you know what, I am brave, to see how many other women can take that on board. I recently launched some new t-shirts that say I am brave, and it's so fun, like going into town and being like, there's one of my t-shirts, that woman is brave. And there's a kid at my church who has a disability, who's wearing an I am brave t-shirt. I'm like, you so are brave, because we all are. God's made us all to be brave in different ways.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So last question from me. So what's your favourite track on your album? And what is the one little take-home message you want someone to get from it when you're writing it, when you sing it, when you think about it?
I would love to say I Am Brave, as I've done the title of the album, but I've spoken about that already.
Yeah.
The one that's been challenging me a lot recently is Not Afraid, because again, so much of our society tells me that we should worry about stuff and try and keep everything in our control. All these self-help books that tell us to take action and take it on ourselves and stuff. And actually, as a Christian, we need to say, I hand it over.
Yes.
I went to a Christian conference. When was it? 2 years ago, and heard David Helser do a little talk at the end of his worship set about fear. And he had gone for a job interview, and he knew that if he took this job, the only way he'd be able to get there was to walk through the woods to get there. And he took the job, and because it was a lovely walk at the time, and then as the seasons changed and it got dark in the evenings, he was realising that his walk home was getting faster and faster and faster as he was becoming more and more afraid, but he didn't know what of. And then as he was nearly at a run in the dark in the woods, he found himself stopping, turning round to what he was afraid of and saying, "Fear, you do not control me."
Amazing.
And that is so true as a Christian. We can turn around, when we're feeling intimidated, discouraged, worrying, fearful, whatever negative thing we're feeling that we know isn't from God, that's from the enemy, and we can turn around and say, no, you do not control me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful having you at GLAM. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
Thank you very much for having me. I'd love to come back another year.
Yay, thank you.